Comrade Kerman here. Alright, so this is just a quick video on how to swap out a flight battery. 25-minute flight times, I mean, you're not really going to need to do this very often with a 25-minute flight time, but just want to illustrate that it's not necessary to take the entire wing off. However, it is necessary to remove the rubber bands. As an added security precaution, just in case these notches come out, I designed the plane to have the forward dowel physically attached, is glued to the power pod. So these rubber bands that are holding the wing on are also holding the power pod in as an added level of security. However, in order to remove the power pod, in order to replace the battery, you have to remove the power pod. So these rubber bands have to come off. So after you've set your wing and you're happy with where your wing is, again, it's not necessary to remove the entire wing. You have to remove these rubber bands, maybe in a slightly nicer fashion than I am. After you've removed the rubber bands, don't worry about removing the wing. Leave the wing where it is. Take your secure rubber band, the band that's holding on the power pod, pull it backwards, and then this is a MRK air scoop to cool the speed controller. Stick your finger in here, pull it up slightly, and then slide the power pod forward. Again, remembering that that wire is holding that speed controller. And you set the entire plane on the ground like so. You pull the power pack out like so, and then you'd install a new pack. Again, making sure that the battery is not rubbing up against that motor. Again, just to emphasize to you about the importance of this speed controller receiving power from the radio. This is my radio. If I power off the radio, wait for it to turn itself off, that happens. Be aware of that. This is a safety issue. It's the speed controller. I've never had a speed controller do this. I don't know why this does this, but be aware of it. Power the transmitter back on so that the receiver is getting signal again. Let it connect, and it stops. So be aware of that. You don't want to be plugging this thing in unless you've got a radio giving it signal. Just kind of squish the wires back in there, and then you reinstall it. Again, make sure that the dowels are in the holes as you slide it backwards. And then from here, you would just reinstall your rubber bands, and then you're good to fly again. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. This is Comrade Kerman. Keep the pointy end facing up.